Good afternoon, officer. How are you? Good. We have all the files ready. Let me grab counsel and see if they're ready.
Okay.
But now you sent another list.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you. Have a good Thanksgiving. Thank you.
Oh, Dale. She had it 2 years ago. Hey, I just got in like 40 minutes ago. Just look at the court.
Thank you. Okay. This is the add-on. Officers, they just brought an additional file. I don't know if you have a final, but that's an add-on. So we'll have 23 total. The add-on is Denzel Bell, Denzel Bell, Bell. And we're about to send you an updated list, is my understanding.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. And then I told the councils that we're ready, and they should be in the courtroom in a moment. Thanks for your patience. Did you see your picture?
No,
I'm gonna save it.
I'm trying to stick my seat back so. Let me see that.
Did you see my text I responded and stuff? Like what she said. Funny. Good afternoon, gentlemen. We got one add-on, Denzel Bell. I don't know if you're aware of that one. They just brought a file, Denzel, last name Bell, Bell. He'll be at DDC. If you want to let Mr. Reagan know for the interview, please. Thank you.
Get the hard.
Yeah, I can't squeeze through there.
That's okay. I can't either.
I can't even get through there in next grade, Yes, sir, thank you.
They still faxing over new stuff.
Brother Counsel, do you have a moment, sir? Yeah, I got it, John. Thank you. Take a seat for about 5 minutes or so, and then it's good to go. Yes, sir. Let me see what you think. Claudia dumped it. She didn't like it. Fat Roy was tea. That was that tea. She's not a tea drinker though, so, or at least not a rooibos tea drinker. That we'll have to do after hours. That's it. Thank you, Counsel. Ready to check. I think we're all ready, DDC, whenever you are. Thank you.
Are you, Your Honor?
Straight down the list.
No
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
problem.
When they do ready, back down.
Yeah, we're straight on, straight now.
Down here, ready to check. David, bam.
These little folders right here.
Magistrate compared, who are you ready for, sir?
Straight down.
I believe everybody, sir. We have all the files, and counsel's indicated they've interviewed everybody. Thanks for asking.
Copy that. I just went and got Denzel Bell. He got to get interviewed, and also Terrell Sims, sir.
Okay, thank you for that information. That's copied by defense counsel, and they're getting that done.
Copy that, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, good.
Can you take the bond slips off those? Because they got the folders here. Off of those. I'm through with the folders. So we can send Bab in. Yeah, he's the first one. Bab. All right.
Brother Bam. Yeah, well, come on, brother. White line, first and last name.
Good afternoon, sir. Your name, please.
Jalen Babb.
Thank you, Mr. Babb. You're here for case 2006284, People's State of Michigan versus Jalen Dewan Babb.
Yes, good afternoon, John. Brandon Bird on behalf of Jalen Babb. Client waives his right to formal reading, understands his constitutional rights, will stand mute.
Thank you, and good afternoon, brother counsel. Court waive formal reading under plea of not guilty. Schedule a probable cause conference. Mr. Babb, you must attend December the 22nd, which is a Tuesday, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge King. That hearing, Mr. Babb, will take place via Zoom, which is an off-site streaming technology. Before you're released, you'll get information on how to connect for that Zoom hearing, but it's your responsibility to connect on time. Understood?
Yes.
Thank you. Not guilty is entered as the bond.
One time we placed this 18-year-old lifetime resident in Detroit. He also on the case that he has no prior criminal conviction. Unfortunately, he's unemployed right now. But he graduated Central State University. Well, he's in Central State University right now, John. He's not on probation. He's graduated this non-assault allegation, even though serious. Well, we respect that for personal money.
Thank you, brother counsel. Mr. Babb, you're currently attending the university?
Yes.
How's it going?
Yes. Great.
I'm happy to hear that. How are your grades?
Good.
What's good?
I got about 4 classes. I don't have no C's, D's, or F's. All A's and B's.
That's good. That's good, Mr. Babb. And good luck with your education, sir. I'm happy to hear that. Mr. Babb, this is a very serious felony allegation, and the court considers a number of things upon bond. You have ties to the community. The court considers the information provided by counsel as well as the nature of this charge and the information alleged investigators report. It's a very serious felony allegation, but it is non-assaultive with no capious history or criminal convictions the court's aware of. The court considers the unemployment status as stated by counsel as relates to ability to post bond as well as the current epidemic facing the nation. For those reasons, Mr. Babb, during this bond, you're going to be released on a $7,500 personal bond. During this bond, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon. Understood?
Yes.
Good luck, Mr. Babb. Hope it works out for you, sir.
All right.
You're welcome.
Let's see when you live on the door, brother, man. Yes, sir.
Oh, no, you know.
Yes, sir. We got white line, first and last name. Take either of y'all, brother. Yes, sir. Hold on, baby.
Good afternoon. Your name, please.
Good afternoon, George Stewart.
Thank you, Mr. Stewart. Counsel.
Brandon Bird on behalf of George Stewart. Client waives his right to formal reading, understands his constitutional rights, will stand mute.
Thank you. The court waived formal reading on our plea of not guilty. We'll get to the court scheduling a pretrial date December the 16th, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court on a Wednesday in front of Judge Bryant. Mr. Stewart, that hearing will take place via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect, but it's your responsibility to connect on time. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Not guilty is entered as the bond.
My client is the case of he's a 36-year-old lifetime resident in Detroit. Also indicates that he has no prior criminal convictions.
Okay, Mister, I apologize. I do see it. 3 prior convictions for operating while intoxicated. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, sir.
So we have at least I see 3 prior operating while intoxicated convictions, counsel.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. No prior assault criminal convictions. I apologize. unfortunately, he's on disability right now. My client does suffer from a health issue. I let that put on the record now. But not on probation as well. I'm saying that the third DUI go to the body but effectively, yeah,
Thank you. And the fact he does have priors, the court's aware of it, takes into consideration, but also court takes into consideration he's not being charged he's being charged as a first offense, and the court takes that into consideration, but has concerns about his priors. Mr. Stewart, also the court takes into consideration the current epidemic facing the nation, the information provided by counsel, your ties to the community, the epidemic facing the nation, it goes into consideration upon bond, as well as lack of employment status, as counsel says, relates to the ability to post bond. And of course, reviewed and considered the information alleged in the investigator's report, which is extremely serious allegation that you've had not only, it appears, 3 prior operating while intoxicated convictions, but you also allegedly operated this vehicle with the alcohol content roughly 300% the legal limit. Mr. Stewart, during this bond, there's no use of alcohol, no marijuana, no illegal controlled substance. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon. And Mr. Stewart, there's to be absolutely no driving. Is that clear?
Sir.
You will be filled with the alcohol tether prior to being released. It's very important you listen to the court, Mr. Stewart. Given the lack of capious history or assault of criminal convictions, the court's aware of. Given the information placed on the record contained in the investigator's report, bond on this matter set in the amount $18,000 personal bond. You're being released on a personal bond, Mr. Stewart. No alcohol, drugs, marijuana, no weapons, and absolutely no driving. And make sure you have a court date December 16th via Zoom at 8:30 in front of Judge Bryant, 36th District Court. Good luck. You're welcome. Stand by. Our computer's froze up. Oh my goodness. Stand by, DD.
Welcome to the 36th District Court IT Help Desk. In addition to calling, you may open a help desk tickets by using the self-help portal on the Courts Hub website or by sending an email to helpdesk@36thdistrictcourt.org. Thank you for calling. Your call is very important to us and will be answered in the order it was received.
I want you to do control alt delete. Shut it off. Turn it back on. Excuse me?
Is that your playlist, sir?
That's not my choice. I hope you enjoy. That's a common playlist. It's called Hold. Hold for IT. Our computer froze. I'm going to try to just shut it down and restart it if you just give me a moment. It won't even shut down. No. Yeah, that's what you can. Yeah, try it. It's not even doing nothing. Oh, there we go. How'd you do that?
I just held it.
Held it.
Yeah,
It's not a good time for this to happen. Yeah, we'll see how it works. Yeah, it didn't come back on. Thank you. How's this even a thing? Gotta love technology. Appreciate your patience. We're back. Seems to be operating. So, at your pleasure, gentlemen. Thank you, DDC. Thank you, Claudia.
Are you ready, Your Honor?
Yes, I am. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Good afternoon. Your name, please. Thank you, Mr. Lowe. And Mr. Lowe, you are here for case number 200628082, People State of Michigan versus Demetrius Levon Lowe, counsel.
Yes, Your Honor. Brandon Bird on behalf of Demetrius Lowe. My client waives his right to formal reading, understands the constitutional rights to stand here.
Court waive formal reading under plea of not guilty. Mr. Lowe, the court scheduling a probable cause conference. You must attend December 22nd, which is Tuesday, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Giles. Mr. Lowe, that hearing will take place via Zoom, sir. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect before you're released, but it's your responsibility to connect on time. Understood? Thank you. Not guilty is entered as the bond.
He also indicates that he has no prior felony. He works for a Liberty Movement Company. He lives at some college behind non-probation control. And this is a serious allegation, Your Honor, but it is non-assault. And we expect it.
Thank you, brother counsel. This is a serious allegation, Mr. Lowe. The court considers the lack of capious history or criminal convictions, as well as your lengthy ties to the community. The court's read and considered that allegations set forth the investigator's report, as well as the current epidemic facing the nation and the serious nature of this charge. During this bond, Mr. Lowe, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. Is that understood?
Understood.
Thank you, Mr. Lowe. And for those reasons, you'll be released on a $7,500 personal bond. Do you have any questions, sir?
No, sir.
All right. Good luck, Mr. Lowe. You have a court date December 22nd, 8:30.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon. Your name, please.
Good afternoon, Elijah Jackson.
Thank you, Mr. Jackson. And you, sir, you're here for case number 200628086, People State of Michigan versus Elijah Jackson, brother counsel.
Yes, now, Brandon on behalf of Elijah Jackson, my client waives his right to formal reading, understands the constitutional rights to stand here.
Thank you, sir. The court waive formal reading under plea of not guilty. Mr. Jackson, the court is scheduling a probable cause conference. You must attend Tuesday, December the 22nd. That's at 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Jones. Mr. Jackson, that hearing will take place via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. Before you're released, you'll get information. You can put that back over your nose if you like. Before you're released, you'll get information on how to connect for the Zoom hearing, but it's your responsibility to connect on time. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Not guilty is entered as the bond.
That's fine, Your Honor. My client is a 20-year-old lifelong resident of Michigan, Your Honor. He has no indication that he has no prior criminal conviction, not on probation, but my client is currently playing football at Alabama A&M, and he came home to visit, Your Honor. Respectfully, I understand the court procedure, normally not letting somebody out of town when they already have any charges. But respectfully, as the court, the attention, go out of town, and go back to Alabama A&M, he's in school, I should say, at least let him get to school and finish, playing football.
Is he going to in-person classes?
No, sir.
You're not?
No, I got online classes. Well, for the spring, we ain't in classes right now.
So you can do your online while you're in Michigan, correct?
No, sir.
Why not?
Yeah, I play football, sir. But that's not till January.
Exactly. So why do you have to? Why can you not do your online classes currently in Michigan?
Cause of football, I'm not in online classes right now. We on break. So, Your Honor.
Great, Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving break.
Okay, so
Your
your
Honor.
school doesn't start till January, correct?
Well, I got a couple classes after, but I can do those home. I'm done with football to January, Your Honor. So I can't. Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor. I can do it in Michigan.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
Because his next court date's December 22nd, and then he can address that with the next judge. If he doesn't have to any football or school obligations till January, then I'd like him to stay in state till his next court date.
No problem, John. Thanks.
Anything further, sir? And good luck with your schooling, Mr. Jackson. I hope that all works out well for you, sir. This is a very serious felony allegation. Very important you listen to the court. And one order is not to leave the state without permission of the court. You can seek permission, but do not leave without permission. And during this bond, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapons. No weapons, understood?
Yes, sir.
And the court has considered your ties to the community, as well as the information provided by counsel and alleged investigators report, and the nature of this charge, lack of criminal convictions or capious history, and given the current epidemic facing the nation, your bond is set $7,500 personal bond. You're being released on a personal bond, Mr. Jackson. Good luck with everything. Listen to the court, sir. You're welcome. Welcome. Good afternoon. Your name, please.
Gregory Collins.
Thank you, Mr. Collins. Good afternoon, sir. Mr. Collins, you're here before the court case 2006-2087. People's State of Michigan versus Gregory Allen Collins. Counsel.
Yes, Your Honor. We have Gregory Collins. My client waives his right to formal reading, understands his constitutional rights, and stand mute.
Court waived formal reading under plea of not guilty. Mr. Collins, you have a probable cause conference scheduled. You must attend Tuesday, December 22nd at 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Giles. The hearing, sir, will take place via Zoom, which is an off-site streaming technology. Before you're released, Mr. Collins, you'll get information on how to connect for that Zoom hearing, but it's your responsibility to connect on time. Understood?
Yes.
Thank you. Not guilty is entered as the bond.
My client indicates to us that he's a 51-year-old lifetime resident of Detroit, Your Honor. He was a poultry moving company. Just suffered from high blood pressure and diabetes, Your Honor. Not on probation or parole. Serious allegation of non-assault, Your Honor. We respectfully ask the court for personal bond.
Thank you. This is a very serious allegation, Mr. Collins. It's a felony allegation. The court considers your prior felony criminal histories, which the court's aware of at least of 3. And those are serious convictions. The court notes the information provided by counsel. Are you residing in Detroit, Mr. Collins?
Yes.
Okay, so you're not to leave the state without permission. Is that understood?
Yes.
And there's absolutely no use of alcohol, no marijuana, and no illegal controlled substance. And you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. Is that all clear?
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Collins. And given the current pandemic facing the nation, the information provided by counsel, employment status as it relates to ability to post bond, lack of capious history, and the nature of this allegation, your bond will be set $10,000 personal bond. You're being released, Mr. Collins, on a personal bond. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Welcome. Welcome, sir. Thanks. Good afternoon. Your name, please. Thank you, Mr. Richardson. You're here for case 200620088. And good afternoon. People, state of Michigan. Where are you going, sir? There we go. Thank you. What's that?
No, I was trying to see what you were saying. Somebody was talking to me. I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah, thank you. If you can't hear me, Mr. Richardson, please let me know, because what I'm saying is important information. Mr. Richardson, we'll start from the top. This is case 200620088, People, State of Michigan versus Lawrence Christopher Richardson, counsel.
Yes, Your Honor. Rosenberg on behalf of Lawrence Richardson. I'm trying to waive his right to formal reading. Understand constitutional right to stand here.
Thank you. Court waive formal reading under plea of not guilty. Mr. Richardson, the court scheduling a probable cause conference court date that you must attend on Tuesday, December the 22nd. That's at 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Archer. Mr. Richardson, that hearing will take place via Zoom, which is an off-site streaming technology. Before you're released, you'll get information on how to connect for that Zoom hearing, but it's your responsibility to connect on time. Do you understand?
Okay.
Not guilty is entered as the bond. Your Honor, my client indicates to us that he's a 21-year-old lifelong resident of Detroit, Your Honor. He also indicates to us that he has no prior criminal convictions. He works for Powder. He is a high school graduate, not on probation and parole, and although serious, young, and non-assaulting allegations, we respectfully ask the court for a personal bond.
Thank you. Mr. Richardson, this is a very serious allegation, sir, and it's very important you listen to the court in all aspects. The court considers the information provided by your attorney, who has done a good job advocating on your behalf. You have ties to the community, no criminal convictions or capious history the court's aware of. The court considers the information alleged in the investigator's report as well as employment status as it relates to ability to post bond. And given the current epidemic facing this nation, Mr. Richardson, you'll be released on a $7,500 personal bond. During this bond, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon. Is that understood? Good luck, Mr. Richardson. Listen to the court, sir. Make sure and attend that hearing.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Did you want these back, Claudia? Or just leave them up here? Good afternoon. Your name, please?
Rodney Rogers.
Mr. Rogers, you're here for a couple of reasons, sir. We'll go through them one at a time. So please listen closely. First, Mr. Rogers, we're handling case 200459919, People, State of Michigan versus Rodney Arnold Rogers. Brother Counsel.
Yes, ma'am. Rosenberg on behalf of Rodney Rogers. My client waives his right to formal reading. Understand his constitutional right to stand here.
Thank you, sir. The court waive formal reading in our plea of not guilty and schedule a pretrial date. Mr. Rogers, you must attend December the 10th, which is a Thursday. That's 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Garrett. That hearing, sir, will take place via Zoom, which is an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect for that hearing, but it's your responsibility to connect on time. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Not guilty is entered as the bond.
He's a 36-year-old lifetime resident of Detroit, Your Honor. He also indicates to us that he's one, not on probation or parole, Your Honor, and he understands that he has no contact at all, not a little bit of contact with the complaining witness, Your Honor. Respectfully, I understand this is an assault allegation, Your Honor. Respectfully, ask this court for a personal bond.
Thank you.
So only ticket, whatever, bro. Oh, right.
Can I get a, hold on a minute. This is a very serious allegation, sir. The court considers the information provided by counsel as well as the lack of criminal convictions or capious history the court's aware of. The court has taken into consideration the current epidemic facing the nation, as well as allegations which are serious and assaultive, and the information alleged in the investigator's report, which gives concern regarding the alleged victim's safety, Ms. DeShonda Anderson. The court also considers, sir, that we have an additional case that we're going to handle next that's also an assaultive allegation against the alleged same victim, both occurring within less than a 3-month period, both within the city of Detroit. These are allegations, but they're concerning serious allegations, and they are against this alleged same victim, which the court considers, as well as the employment status as stated as relates to ability to post bond. Mr. Rogers, during this bond, sir, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon, and absolutely no contact with DeShonda Anderson. No contact means no contact of any kind. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person, at her place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact with DeShonda Anderson. Is that clear?
Yes.
Thank you. And given the information placed on the record, you're to be filled with the GPS tether prior to release. And do not go to the premises or area of 14035 Winthrop, Detroit, Michigan. Is that understood?
Yes.
For those reasons, bond on this matter will be set in the amount $7,010%. One moment, Mr. Rogers. You're welcome. You have an additional matter, sir. And could you state your name one more time, Mr. Rogers? Thank you.
Rodney Rogers.
Thank you, Mr. Rogers. This matter is case 20045-918. People State of Michigan versus Rodney Arnold Rogers. Brother Counsel.
Yes, Your Honor. Bird on behalf of Rodney Rogers, my client waives the right to formal reading, understands his constitutional right to understand you.
Court waive formal reading and her plea of not guilty. Mr. Rogers, the court date on this matter will be the same as the latter. It's a pretrial date scheduled December the 10th, which is a Thursday, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Garrett. As with the prior matter, sir, it will take place via Zoom. It's your responsibility to connect on time. You will get information on how to connect. Do you understand, sir? Not guilty is entered as the bond.
That's the bond, Your Honor. My client in this case is 36-year-old lifetime resident in Detroit County. He also indicates that he's flung out of probation for parole, Your Honor. And assault allegation, Your Honor. But we expect to have court for personal bond. We already have the $7,000, 10% bond test, and I believe that could should be something in the court.
Thank you, Brother Counsel. Mr. Rogers, this is a very serious assaultive allegation, and the concerns the court has are as followed. The court has reviewed the information alleged in the investigator's report and finds concern regarding the safety alleged victim, Ms. Anderson. The court has just previously handled an arraignment for yourself where the allegations were assaultive allegations against the same victim, and that's very concerning. They both occurred within a 3-month period, both within the city of Detroit limits, allegedly. Now, the court notes you have ties to the community and no capious history or prior criminal convictions. The court considers employment status, as counsel says, relates to the ability to post bond, as well as the allegations set forth in the investigator's report. And the court takes into consideration the current epidemic facing the nation upon imposition of bond. During this bond, Mr. Rogers, as with the last bond, there's absolutely no contact with DeShonda Anderson. Is that understood?
Yes.
Thank you. And no contact as well as the prior matter means no contact of any kind. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person, at their place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact with DeShonda Anderson. And absolutely not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. If you're able to make bond, you're to be fit with the GPS tether. And during this bond, sir, do not go to the premises or area of 19999 Santa Clara, Detroit, Michigan. Is that all understood?
Yes.
Yep. Thank you. And for the reasons placed on the record, the nature of this charge, the concerns the court has regarding the safety of Ms. Anderson, bond will be set $4,010%. You're welcome. Good luck, Mr. Rogers.
First one,
So
7,000.
excuse me, how much is the bond?
4,000, 10%.
This is 4,010%. Your latter matter is 7,010%. That's 700 and 400. 1,100.
You step up.
Any other questions, Mr. Rogers?
No, that's all.
Good luck, sir. All right, good luck, sir. Good afternoon. Your name, please.
Christopher Adams.
Thank you, Mr. Adams. Good afternoon, sir. You are here for case 2006-2089, People's State of Michigan versus Christopher Randall Adams. Brother Counsel.
Yes, Your Honor. First, Adams, my client waives his right to formal reading, understands his constitutional right to stand here.
Court waive formal reading under a plea of not guilty. The court is scheduling a probable cause conference, Mr. Adams, on Tuesday, December 22nd, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Archer. Mr. Adams, that hearing will take place via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. Before you're released, you'll get information on how to connect for that Zoom hearing, but it is your responsibility to connect on time. Do you understand? Thank you. Not guilty is entered as the bond.
Mr. Bond, Your Honor, my client indicates that he's a 32-year-old lifelong resident of Detroit County, Ford Sports home company, with no motivation for fraud. These are serious allegations, Your Honor. They are non-assault.
Thank you, Brother Counsel. Mr. Adams, these are very serious allegations. As counsel stated, they are non-assaultive. The court considers your prior criminal convictions, as well as the allegations set forth, which are serious, and the information alleged in the investigator's report. Court considers your ties to the community, the lack of capious history, as well as the information provided by your attorney. Mr. Adams, it does not appear you have a valid driver's license. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so there's to be no driving, Mr. Adams, without a driver's license. No driving during this bond. And you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon. Is that all understood?
Yes, sir.
Given the information placed on the record, provide an investigator's report and the current epidemic facing the nation, as well as the allegations set forth, bond will be set $14,000 personal bond. You're being released on a personal bond, Mr. Adams. Listen to the court. Make sure to attend your hearing. Good luck, sir. You're welcome.
Personal bond, yeah.
I gotta pay for it.
Good afternoon. Your name, please.
Joseph Reed Sr.
Good afternoon, Mr. Reed Sr. Thank you. You're here for case 200-45920, People's State of Michigan versus Joseph Reed, also known as Joseph Alante Reed. Counsel.
Yes, Your Honor. Bringing her on behalf of Joseph Reed, the client waives his right to formal reading, understands the constitutional rights, so stand mute.
For waive formal reading under plea of not guilty. Mr. Reed, the court scheduling a probable cause or a pretrial date. You must attend pretrial December the 16th, which is a Wednesday, 8:30 a.m. 36th District Court in front of the Honorable Judge Austin Garrett. That hearing, Mr. Reed, will take place via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect for that hearing before you release, but it is your responsibility to connect on time. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Not guilty is entered as the bond, brother.
Finally, Your Honor, my client indicates that he's a 30-year-old lifelong resident of Detroit County. He indicates that his last conviction was in 2011. He is employed as a welder in his day job. He has two jobs. He's a welder during the day and a security officer at night.
He's a welder?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
And he also insists that not all probation and parole, Your Honor, I understand no contact between the dogs. No contact at all. And he does have a different living situation if you like, post-conviction, so.
As an officer of the court, if you tell the court that he has another living situation, I'll take that as the word.
Thank you, Your Honor. And we understand that this is an assault allegation, serious assault allegation, Your Honor, but I would like you to take into account that he is is a misdemeanor, and he hasn't been in trouble in 9 years, over 9 years, so.
Thank you. Mr. Reed, the court considers a number of things upon imposition of bond. Your counsel, as always, has advocated well on your behalf, and the court takes into consideration the information he provided. The court is unaware of any capious history or prior assaultive convictions. He appears to have ties to the community. Mr. Reed, the court's considered and reviewed the allegations in the investigator's report, as well as the nature of these charges, which are serious assaultive charge. As well as the current epidemic facing the nation, the court considers an employment status as relates to ability to post bond. Mr. Reed, during this bond, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon. You're not to go to the premises or area of 19213 Mound, Detroit, Michigan. And absolutely no contact during this bond with Talisha Bacon. And that means no contact of any kind. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person, at her place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact. Is that understood, sir?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Reed, based on that very serious assaultive allegations set forth in the investigator's report, which give concern to the safety of Ms. Bacon, you're to be fit with a GPS tether prior to release. Your bond is $10,000 personal bond. You're being released on a personal bond, Mr. Reed. Listen to the court. Good luck, sir. Welcome. 10,000 personal, tether, no weapons, no contact. Welcome. Good afternoon. Your name, please?
Brian Jordan.
Thank you, Mr. Jordan. Sir, you're here for case 200622091, People State of Michigan versus Brian Keith Jordan, also known as Brian Keith Jordan. Counsel.
Yes, now, I'm Brother Bird on behalf of Brian Jordan. My client waives his right to formal reading, understands the constitutional rights.
Court waive formal reading and her plea of not guilty. We'll get to the court dates in a moment as to bond. Take your time.
Hey, my client takes this 50-year-old lifetime resident of Michigan. Indicates that he's a business owner, does have some college behind him. He's not on probation for understands no contact with the plaintiff witness and has a right to plaintiff stay down. I understand that this is third offensive notice for these allegations. This is a soft allegation, Your Honor. But I respectfully ask this court for a personal bond, or maybe a reasonable, low 10% bond.
Thank you, brother counsel. Mr. Jordan, this is a very serious assaultive allegation, sir, and the court, as stated by counsel, has great concerns regarding your prior criminal convictions, which include 2 convictions, 3 convictions that the court's aware of for a similar related nature. Were any of those 3 prior convictions against the alleged victim, Miss Wanda Snyder?
No, sir.
Thank you. And the court will take the information into consideration provided by yourself. You have ties to the community. The court considers the information provided by counsel, including but not limited to employment status as relates to ability to post bond. These are not only serious assaultive allegations, but the court's reviewed the investigator's report and takes consideration the allegations set forth therein, as well as your prior criminal convictions and the epidemic facing the nation. Mr. Jordan, during this bond, there's no use of alcohol, no marijuana, no illegal controlled substance. You are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. Do not go to the premises or area of 16850 Lenore, Detroit, Michigan. Is that all understood?
Understood.
And no contact, Mr. Jordan, with Wanda Snyder. And sir, that means no contact of any kind. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person, at her place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact. Is that clear?
Yes, Your Honor.
Not only the allegations are very concerning regarding the information alleged in the investigator's report, but it's also alleged, sir, that the alleged victim during this assaultive contact by yourself is allegedly 7 months pregnant with your child, and that's very concerning, sir. Mr. Jordan, if you're to be able to make bond, you're to be fit with a GPS tether. given the information placed on the record, the prior criminal convictions, as well as the information alleged investigators report, which includes presence of threats, as well as assaultive actions, and information other that's been placed on the record. For those reasons, your bond is set. What was an employment status? I apologize. Is that business owner? Absolutely.
Mr. Jordan, this is your attorney, Brandon Bird speaking.
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
How you doing today? Now, what type of business do you own?
I own a deck building company, but I'm supposed to be starting a job on Monday, this coming Monday after the Thanksgiving holiday.
Hold up one second, please, Mr. Jordan. What type of business is that?
I'm building decks, and I'm doing a floor. Actually, it's going to be a floor because I do different things in the wintertime than the summertime. So I'm doing a floor.
But has COVID been affecting it? Is that why you get the job, or?
That's why I'm doing the floor. That's why I'm doing floors.
Thank you, Mr. Jordan. Yes, he is a business owner, but as you see, the defendant stated that COVID is affecting his business. So
I didn't hear that. I didn't hear COVID. I didn't hear COVID was affecting. I heard he changes up jobs from the winter to summer. He goes from outdoor building decks to indoor building floors. Is that correct?
Yes. Yep, that's what
COVID's affecting your business?
It has. Yes.
It's currently?
A lot of people are really kind of scared. You know, to get things done.
And I'll take that into consideration.
It also shows because he has to get a job, you know.
Understood. Anything further?
No, Your Honor.
For those reasons, the concerns the court has, bond is set 12,510%.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good luck, Mr. Jordan. No contact with Wanda Snyder, sir.
All right. Can I ask you a question, Your Honor? The GPS tether. It's GPS tether. How does that work?
Yep.
Was that a personal
You'll be fit.
Is it?
No,
is it
12,500. No, 12,510%. And that tether you'll get fit before you leave. And sir, what hours are you working? And I'll allow you to leave during the work hours. I'll put that on the order with the tether.
The one thing is, that's my house. I'm sure she's gonna move out. What can I have
Mr. Jordan. Now you already told us you had an alternate place to stay. That's what you told me. Correct?
I can't hear you.
You told my office that you had an alternate place to stay in reference.
Yes, I do have alternate place to stay. But if I can,
regardless, can you listen to me, please? Regardless of what's going on, as long as the complaining witness is in that house, you're not going to be able to return to that house. If the complaining witness is still trying to move her things out of that house, you're not going to be able to return to that house. So
I understand.
All that address while the case is pending.
And Mr. Jordan, what hours do you work, sir, so I can put on the order to allow you to be out during those hours?
Like 8 to 6, and then I have estimates sometimes till 8. So like 8 to 8.
Is that Monday through Friday?
Monday through Saturday.
Okay, I'll indicate on the order, Mr. Jordan. I'm taking your word for it. Monday through Saturday, you're allowed to be out and about for work purposes only, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. If you're found out and not for work purposes on any of those days or any of those times, it's a violation of the court's order, and you could be locked back up for violating the court's order. If you are not working, you're to be at home, other than the hours of 8 to 8, Monday through Saturday, work purposes only. Is that clear?
I understand.
Anything further? Good luck.
Yeah, I need a court date.
Yeah.
Thank you for keeping me on track. You have 2 court dates, Mr. Jordan. A probable cause conference, December the 2nd, which is a Wednesday. You have a right to a preliminary examination the following Wednesday, December the 9th. Mr. Jordan, they're both at 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Archer. Both of those court dates will take place via Zoom, sir. They're off-site streaming technology. Before you are able to make bond, you'll get information on how to connect for those Zoom hearings. but it's your responsibility to connect on time. Both Wednesday, December 2nd, December 9th, 8:30 in front of Judge Archer at the 36th District Court.
All right.
Thank you, officer. Good luck, sir. Just one moment, stand by, please. Thank you. You need something, sir? I'm sorry.
When you finish.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Adam Clemens.
Yep.
He's trying to check in.
Yep, I just logged him in. Who's he on?
Here for Marcus Trussell.
There he is, Marcus Trussell. Thank you. Good afternoon, counsel. And then just one moment. You're on here, and Mr. Trussell, counsel?
Yes.
Okay, and DDC, after this gentleman, if you could get number 18, Marcus Trussell, we have counsel present. Counsel, just give us a moment. We're handling up this arraignment, and then we'll take care of yours as soon as he's brought to the screen, okay?
No problem, Judge.
Thank you, counsel. And just one moment, officer. We'll handle the gentleman in front of the screen as soon as I finish filling out this order. Thank you all for your patience. Sir, could you state your name? Mr. Perry, I believe?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Perry. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you. You're here for case 200620094, People State of Michigan versus Joseph Shondell Perry, brother counsel.
Yes, Your Honor. Brother Bird, on behalf of Joseph Perry, my client waives his right to the formal reading, understands his constitutional rights, and will stand with you.
Thank you, sir. Court waive formal reading and plead not guilty, Mr. Perry. The court scheduling a probable cause conference, sir. You must attend December the 22nd, which is a Tuesday, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Jones. Mr. Perry, that hearing, sir, will take place via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. Before you're released, you'll get information on how to connect for that Zoom hearing, but it's your responsibility to connect on time. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Not guilty, then as to bond.
As the bond, Your Honor, my client indicates to us that he's a 25-year lifetime resident in Detroit, Your Honor. He also indicates to us that he's employed doing demolition work, high school graduate, and respectfully, Your Honor, this is a serious allegation, but non-assault, and we respectfully ask the court for personal time.
Thank you, brother counsel. Mr. Perry, this is a very serious allegation, sir, but it is non-assaultive. The court considers that information provided by your attorney, the current epidemic facing the nation, lack of capious history or criminal convictions the court's aware of, and the court's reviewed and considered the information alleged in the investigator's report, as well as your ties to the community. Mr. Perry, it does not appear you have a valid driver's license. Is that correct?
That's correct.
So there's to be no driving, Mr. Perry. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. And during this bond, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Perry. Given the information placed on the record, the serious nature of this allegation, the concerns the court has, as well as the information alleged in the investigator's report, you're going to be released on a $7,500 personal bond. Good luck, Mr. Perry. Hope it works out for you, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
We have all the females interviewed except for a Roberta Stewart, except for that camera.
Thank you. DDC, brother counsel's indicated that they've every female interviewed except for Roberta Stewart, and they're asking if she could be brought to the camera at your convenience. She's number 2 on the list. Yep. Okay. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Your names, please.
Jason Norris, Marcus Trussell.
And brother counsel, do you want to handle these together or one at a time? It's up to you.
I believe
is retained. So how do you, councils, how do you want to handle this? One at a time, or do you want to do them together? It's up to you.
I have no problem doing it together. We could just put our appearances on the record and proceed forward. I believe the arguments for bond will be similar.
Brother Counsel, what do you want to do? Okay, so we'll go forward together. And Counsel, please state your name and P number.
Your Honor, may it please the court, my name is Adam Clements, P number 77233, appearing on behalf of Mr. Truce.
77233?
Yes.
Thank you, Brother Counsel. Good afternoon to you, sir. Appearance.
I'm trying to bird on behalf of Jason Norris. My client waives his right to form a reason to understand his constitutional rights.
Thank you. And gentlemen, both of your names again, please.
Jason Norris, Marcus Trussell.
And good afternoon, Mr. Norris and Mr. Trussell. Mr. Trussell, you're in the white jacket, correct?
Yes. Yeah,
I'll wait. It's just tough to see. We can't really see the mouths moving with the masks on, so just for clarification. And as to the arraignment, waiving formal reading, counsels?
Yeah.
Thank you. Court waive formal reading under plea of not guilty, and the court scheduling a probable cause conference for both Norris and Trussell December the 22nd, which is a Tuesday. That's 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Giles. Both of those hearings will take place via Zoom, which is an off-site streaming technology. Mr. Norris, Mr. Trussell, you'll both get information on how to connect for that Zoom hearing December 22nd at 8:30 in front of Judge Giles, but it is your responsibility to connect on time. Is that clear? Mr. Norris and Mr. Trussell?
Yes.
Thank you. Not guilty is entered. Counsel for Norris, argument, please. Bond argument, if any.
Yes, Your Honor. My client indicates that he's a 17-year-old lifelong resident in Detroit County. He's in King High School right now, not on probation. He lives with his mother and his father, Your Honor. And respectfully, this is a serious allegation, Your Honor. It's not assault in nature. We respectfully ask the court for a personal bond.
Thank you. Brother Counsel, as to Mr. Trussell?
I would echo counsel's sentiments regarding the seriousness of the allegation. I mean, obviously, receiving and concealing stolen property is a felony charge. But of course, as it relates to Mr. Trussell, he's an individual with no prior criminal record, no prior criminal history. He's an outstanding student athlete at Martin Luther King High School, maintains a B average. This is an individual who's a lifelong Detroit resident. His parents contacted me. They're very worried about him. They're watching the proceeding now on YouTube. If given an opportunity to be released on a personal bond, he'll make the court proud. He'll do whatever he's asked to do, whatever he's ordered to do. And I think the facts and circumstances will come out and will show that he had no idea that the vehicle in question was stolen, Judge. So with that said, I'm asking the court grant a personal bond and allow him to be released in his own recognizance, given the pandemic and given his lack of criminal history.
Thank you, Brother Counsels, both of you for your arguments. And these are very serious felony allegations, and the court takes into consideration a number of things. The court's unaware of any capious history for either gentleman or convictions or allegations of assault. The court's had an opportunity to review and consider the allegations set forth in the investigator's report, which are serious allegations, as well as the likelihood of conviction. It's alleged after being read their constitutional rights and Mirandized, both individuals readily admitted to knowing the vehicle was stolen, having possession of the stolen vehicle for a number of days, and both to have driven the vehicle. That's just allegations, but it leans towards the likelihood of conviction, and it's something the court takes into consideration. The court also considers the current epidemic facing the nation, as well as the information provided by both counsels and the nature of these charges. Mr. Norris and Mr. Trussell, do both of you have valid driver's license?
No.
Neither of you have a valid driver's license?
No.
Okay, so Mr. Trussell and Mr. Norris, without a valid driver's license, this should go without saying, but there is to be no driving. You cannot drive a motor vehicle during this bond. Is that understood, gentlemen?
Yes.
And neither of you, Mr. Trussell and Mr. Norris, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon. Is that clear?
Yes.
Given the information placed on the record, as well as provided by counsel, bond on both of Mr. Trussell and Mr. Norris is set in the amount $10,000 personal bond. Mr. Norris, Mr. Trussell, you'll both be released on personal bond, sir. Listen to counsels, including but not limited to making your court date on time, no weapons, and no driving. Do you have any questions, Mr. Norris or Mr. Trussell?
No.
Counsel, any questions, sir? Mr. Clements?
No, thank you.
Brother Counsel. Everybody have a good luck, counsel. I hope all works out well. Take care, everybody.
This way, fellas. Y'all next court is the 22nd, man. December 22nd. All right. Right line,
Good afternoon. Your name, please.
My name is Andre Whitfield.
Thank you, Mr. Whitfield. In one moment, sir. Thank you, Mr. Whitfield, for your patience, sir, and good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
Sorry, Mr. Whitfield, you're here for case 200620096, People's State of Michigan versus Andre Whitfield, identifying the complaint as defendant 1. Brother Counsel.
Yes, Your Honor. Winberg on behalf of Andre Whitfield. My client waived his right to form a will. Understands his constitutional rights and the family.
Court waive formal reading and her plea of not guilty. Mr. Whitfield, the court scheduling a probable cause conference, sir. You must attend December the 22nd, which is a Tuesday. That's at 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Jones. That hearing, sir, will take place via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. Before you're released, Mr. Whitfield, you'll get information on how to connect for that Zoom hearing, but it is your responsibility to connect on time. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Not guilty, then testified.
He also indicates that he has no prior criminal conviction. He owns a recording studio, high school graduate, not on probation or parole, Your Honor. Serious allegations are not assaulting, Your Honor. I respectfully ask this court for personal honor.
Thank you, counsel. Mr. Whitfield, this is a very serious felony allegation. Court considers the information provided by your attorney, current epidemic facing the nation. The court's unaware of any capious history or criminal convictions against you, Mr. Whitfield. As well as the court considers your ties to the community and the current epidemic facing the nation, as well as information provided by your attorney, including but not limited to employment status as it relates to ability to post bond. And the court's reviewed and considered the information alleged in the investigator's report. During this bond, Mr. Whitfield, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Whitfield, for those reasons, you're going to be released on a $7,500 personal bond. No weapons, Mr. Whitfield. I hope it works out for you, sir. Good luck.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Oh, you got,
Take your hoodie off.
Thank you, officer. Good afternoon, sir. Your name? Excuse me, your name again?
I'm Neil Pickett.
Pickett?
Yeah.
Okay. I apologize. I didn't know we had a co-defendant. It was neither. Wasn't paying attention. We did Whitfield. Yeah. I apologize, Claudia. Sorry about that. I don't know how that's your fault, but okay. Thanks. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Pickett, and good afternoon, sir. Which one did I gave by Matt? That was a 10,000 personal for Whitfield, correct?
Yeah, I have it.
Okay, thank you. And Mr. Pickett, what you're here for, sir, is case 200620096, People's State of Michigan versus Romeo Devon Pickett, identified in the complaint as defendant 2. Counsel?
Yes, Your Honor. Winberg on behalf of Romeo Pickett. My client waived his right to formal reading. Understands the constitutional rights of the family.
Court waive formal reading and her plea of not guilty. Mr. Pickett, the court scheduling a probable cause conference you must attend Tuesday, December the 22nd, sir. That's at 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Jones. Mr. Pickett, that hearing will take place via Zoom, which is an off-site streaming technology. Before you're released, you'll get information on how to connect for that Zoom hearing, but it is your responsibility to connect on time. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Pickett. Not guilty is entered as a bond.
My client is based in the state. He's a 21-year-old lifelong resident in Detroit, Your Honor. He also indicates that he has no prior criminal convictions. Unfortunately, he's unemployed right now, Your Honor. But he's not on probation or parole. respectfully, Your Honor, it is a serious allegation, and it is not respectfully.
That's a big thing.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Pickett, the court considers the information provided by your attorney regarding lack of employment status as it relates to ability to post bond, including but not limited to, the court considers the information that you have no prior criminal convictions the court's aware of or capious history. It appears you have ties to the community. The court considers the information alleged investigators reported as well as the current epidemic facing the nation. During this bond, Mr. Pickett, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon. Is that clear? And Mr. Pickett, for that reason, those reasons, you'll be released on a $7,500 personal bond, and you have the Zoom hearing Tuesday, December 22nd at 8:30 in front of Judge Jones at the 36th District Court. Good luck, Mr. Pickett. Listen to the court, sir. Hope it works out for you. You're welcome. Welcome.
How you doing today? My name is Mark Smith, Jr.
I'm well, thank you for asking. How are you doing, Mr. Smith?
All right, yourself.
I'm okay. I'm well, thank you. Mr. Smith, you're here for case 200599595, People State of Michigan versus Mark Anthony Smith, also known as Mark Smith, Mark Anthony with 2 N Smith, Mark Anthony Smith, Mark Anthony Smith Jr., Dwayne Mario Jones, Jalan Smith, and Marcus Anthony Smith. Brother Combs.
Yes, Your Honor. Frank Bird on behalf of Marcus Smith, Mark Klein, David Frank, understand the rights and stand mute.
Court waive formal reading on our plea of not guilty. We'll get to the bond in a moment, or the court date in a moment as to bond.
Your Honor, my client, 27-year-old, lifelong resident in Detroit, Your Honor. Your Honor, he indicates that there is no prior criminal conviction. Unfortunately, he's unemployed right now, so it's a difficult form of paying monetary bond. He is a high school graduate, not on probation or parole, Your Honor. Now, I would like to, the incident date of this case is in June of 2018. He didn't get charged with this case until August 2020, which I would like to know, Your Honor. I understand the serious allegations, but we expect to be at the court for a personal bond. For the past 2 years, my client hasn't been in trouble.
Mr. Smith, are you on probation or parole for the larceny conviction?
No, sir.
All right, for any conviction, are you on probation or parole?
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay. Mr. Smith, this is a very serious charge, sir, but your attorney, as always, has done very well advocating on your behalf. The court considers the nature of this charge, the lack of capious history. The court has read and considered the information alleged in the investigator's report, and as pointed out by counsel, the court takes into consideration not the date of the offense as well as when the warrant was signed in relation to today's date, as well as the fact that, as stated by yourself, you're not on probation or parole. It appears you have ties to the community. The court considers employment status as relates to ability to post bond as well as the current epidemic facing the nation. Mr. Smith, during this bond, sir, there's no use of alcohol, no marijuana, no illegal controlled substance, and you're not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Smith, there's to be absolutely no driving. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Smith, it's very important you listen to all of these conditions. If you violate in any way, no matter how minor you think it may be, simply possibly consuming alcohol during the holidays or whenever it may be, that's a violation of your bond, sir. So it's very important you listen to the court in all aspects so you don't get locked back up for just not listening to the court. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir. I don't do drugs anyway. Appreciate you.
I appreciate you, Mr. Smith. And it's very important that you make your court date December the 22nd at 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge King. Mr. Smith, that's going to be held on a Tuesday, and that will take place via Zoom, which is an off-site streaming technology. Before you're released, you'll get information on how to connect for that Zoom hearing, but it's your responsibility to connect on time. Is that understood?
Yes, sir. Said December 22nd.
Going to be released. Yes, Mr. Smith. Thank you for paying it. Thank you for paying attention. That's the question the court wants to hear about to repeat your court date. So if you have any other questions, let the court know. Anything else, Mr. Smith?
Yeah, you said the time was 8 or 8:30.
8:30. Another good
Okay,
question.
thank you.
Anything else?
No, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome, Mr. Smith. You're going to be released on a $10,000 personal bond. Good luck, sir. I hope it works out for you.
You too. Bless you. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Approach, yes. You want to come this way?
What's your name?
Denzel Bell.
They ain't gonna show.
Just name choice.
Bill was in 4-7. You should have had 2 on that on the one.
I didn't see it.
Anytime you guys want to read publications, let me know. Good night. Thank you for your patience, DDC. We had a brief sidebar. Unrelated to your case, sir, could you state your name?
Denzel Bell.
Thank you, Mr. Bell, and good afternoon, sir. Mr. Bell, I see a Band-Aid on your head. Are you okay, sir? Do you need
Yeah, I'm
any
okay.
medical attention?
I received some while I was here.
Okay, thank you. I'm happy to hear that. This is case 200620098, People State of Michigan versus Denzel Vance Bell, Brother Counsel.
Yes, I'm heard on behalf of the Denzel Bill, we're trying to waive his right to formal reading. I understand the constitutional rights to stand music.
For waive formal reading under plea of not guilty. We'll get to the court dates in a moment as to bond. Take your time.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
Hey,
Stand for the rest.
Harry's original, I got his original right here. Who? Harry. Let me write his mount on it. Hold on.
Yes, now, as the bond, we're trying to indicate to that he's a 29-year-old lifelong resident of Detroit County. Indicates that he has no prior assault charge. He also indicates that he works with, he's gainfully employed. He's our assault and understand he is one charge.
We have a count 6 of assaulting, resisting, obstructing an officer. But go ahead, I apologize. Could be assaulted.
Respectfully ask the court for a motion to bond, Your Honor.
Thank you, counsel.
It's not assault, it's severely conscious.
I apologize, sir. What was that?
Not assault towards the severity. No assault of allegations towards any severity.
Thank you. Mr. Bell, these are very serious allegations, sir. And the court's scheduling a probable cause conference you must attend on Tuesday, December the 22nd. That's at 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge King. Mr. Bell, it's very important you attend that court date so you don't get locked up for not attending a court date. That hearing will take place via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology similar to what we're using today. Once you're released, you'll get information on how to connect for that Zoom hearing, but it is your responsibility to connect on time. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Bell, thank you. The court takes into consideration a number of things upon imposition of bond. The advocacy provided by your counsel, who has advocated well on your behalf as always. You have ties to the community. The court considers your prior criminal convictions as well as the lack of capious history that the court's aware of. The court's reviewed and considered the allegations set forth in the investigator's report, which give concern regarding your intention to follow the court's orders, given the allegations set forth in the investigator's report. Mr. Bell, during this bond, sir, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. There's absolutely no driving of a motor vehicle. And given the information in the investigator's report prior to release, which will be on a personal bond, you're to be fit with a GPS tether. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
And given the information placed on the record, the current epidemic facing the nation, as well as employment status, as counsel says, relates to the ability to post bond, lack of capious history, and ties to the community, your bond will be set. $14,000 personal bond. You're being released on a personal bond, Mr. Bell. Listen to the court. Make sure and attend that Zoom hearing. Good luck, sir. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Go right in.
I think we only got one more mail, maybe. One or two. Good afternoon. Your name, please.
Terrell Sims.
Thank you, Mr. Sims. You're here for case 2006-2097, People, State of Michigan versus Terrell Sims. Brother Counsel. Thank you, sir. Court waive formal reading in our plea of not guilty. Mr. Sims, the court scheduling 2 court dates, sir. You must attend them both. Probable cause conference on Wednesday, December the 2nd. Sir, you have a right to a preliminary examination the following Wednesday, December the 9th. Both 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Giles. Mr. Sims, both of those hearings will take place via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect for those hearings before you're released or able to make bond, but it's your responsibility to connect for those Zoom hearings on time. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Not guilty is entered as the bond.
63 years old. My client. 63 years old. A lot of questions. The writer, police weren't able to see any corroborating evidence on camera. This is allegation from a plaintiff witness who previously had an altercation with my client. He actually works at the store, which is then came to the store. Then it actually works at the store. Came up to the store and caused the problem. It seems that the person that tried to rob us was turning the story around on my client, John.
Well, these are all issues of for the trier of fact. This is not.
I understand. I investigative report too. I noticed that we use a lot that's going on in the investigative report to make our decisions.
Right, but not this. Those are allegations for the trier of fact. But go ahead, counsel. And there's also information in the alleged investigator's report that a witness identified the gentleman as that he was in the store during this allegation that he allegedly robbed another individual, and that was not only identified by the alleged victim, but also allegedly identified by a third party who appears to have no ties to either person.
Respectfully, I know my client wants to get this situation handled, and I believe my client can get this situation handled outside of the custody of Wayne County Jail. So respectfully, I ask you either a high personal bond, a GPS study, or a low 10% bond.
Thank you, counsel. Mr. Sims, these are very serious allegations, sir. They're felony allegations. Specifically, the court's concerned with count 1, which is the possibility of a life offense. As stated on the record, the court has also concerns regarding the likelihood of conviction, given the information alleged in the investigative report for the reasons stated by the court. Also, the court has concerns regarding your prior criminal convictions, which give rise to the habitual offense mandatory 25-year sentence. The convictions include at least 2 convictions for a felonious assault the court's aware of in 1992, and the age of those matters the court considers, as well as your ties to the community and lack of capious history the court's aware of. And the court has read and considered the information alleged in the investigator's report, as well as the current epidemic facing the nation and employment status as it relates to the ability to post bond. Mr. Sims, during this bond, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. and absolutely no contact with Umar Barakat. That means no contact of any kind. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person at their place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact with Umar Barakat. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. Your Honor, where I work at, the guy's not allowed to come up to the store, but yet still he comes up to the store harassing me and my coworkers. What do I supposed to do? I'm trying to stay away from this guy. This guy is...
Mr. Sims.
Sir.
I understand everything that you're feeling right now because of the situation that's going on. But respectfully, sir, this isn't the time to go over any facts of the case. I want you to be able to provide the best defense for yourself at your next proceeding. So right now, if you allow the magistrate to please formulate your bond, and hopefully you get you a personal bond or a low 10% bond. But if not, you'll be able to address these issues at the next court date in your preliminary exam.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, counsel. And if you're able to make bond, Mr. Sims, you're to be fit with the GPS tether, given the concerns the court has that's alleged in the investigator's report, as well as the nature of these charges in your prior criminal record. Given the epidemic facing the nation, the information alleged in the investigator's report, as well as provided by counsel, bond on this matter will be set at $75,000 cash surety.
Consider 10% bond. My client's not registered for you. He's not out here trying to hire bond.
That's the exact allegations before the court. And the court's familiar with this, counsel, because the court had the opportunity to hold the probable cause conference. And there's a lot of information that the court has concerns about. This allegedly took place on a number of occasions. It's alleged that your client came from behind a counter that was witnessed and allegedly armed robbed another individual with a gun pointed at the individual's body. And that's extremely concerning. And it's a possibility of a life offense. And your client has prior felony criminal convictions of a felonious nature, which is assaultive. And the court considers the age of that matter. And this is a bond that's set appropriately given all those circumstances. But for other circumstances, the bond would be different. However, given the information placed on the record, the court feels this is an appropriate bond. This is a possibility of a life offense. He has prior felony convictions as stated, and the court knows the age of those matters. And as well as the court has indicated, there's a likelihood of conviction that Mr. Sims was identified by at least two individuals as that were present during the alleged armed robbery. Exactly. And then the other was unrelated, it appears, third party. So the bond is set for the reason stated. The court has concerns regarding the safety of the public, as well as the nature of these charges. Thank you, counsel. Good luck, Mr. Sims.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, sir. Is that all the mails that we have, officer?
Yes.
Are those all? Okay, thank you. I will meet you on the female side. Thank you.
Well.
Hello, Magistrate LaFleur.
Hello, sir. How are you?
All right.
Look at you. Ready as always. I appreciate you. Good afternoon, ma'am. Could you state your name?
Roberta Stewart.
Thank you, Ms. Stewart. Ma'am, just one moment. Your attorney is stepped out for a minute. They'll be back in just one moment, okay?
Okay.
Thank you for your patience. Ready, counsel?
Ready.
Thank you. And your name one more time, Ms. Stewart?
Roberta Stewart.
Thank you, Ms. Roberta Stewart, and you are here for case 200-62083, People State of Michigan versus Roberta Arnita Stewart for the council.
Ryan Murad, on behalf of Mr. Roberta Stewart, waive formal readings, and Mr. Woodheffer.
Thank you. Court will waive formal reading under plea of not guilty. Ms. Stewart, the court scheduling 2 court dates, ma'am. You must attend them both. Probable cause conference is going to be scheduled Wednesday, December the 2nd. You have a right to a preliminary examination the following Wednesday, December the 9th, both at 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Jones. Both of those hearings, Ms. Stewart, will take place via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect before you're released, but it is your responsibility to connect on time. Is that understood?
Yes.
Thank you. Not guilty is entered as the bond. As the bond, Your Honor, Ms. Stewart, 44 years old, lifetime resident here in the city of Detroit, absolutely no prior criminal history that we're aware of. She graduated in EMT school. She's currently a caretaker for her mother. Your Honor, with these allegations, I understand that this is not to get into the facts, however, actually want the court to know upon reading the investigation report, it does appear that the complaining witness allegedly initiated contact by pushing the defendant that's referenced in the report. Further, it does appear that the alleged victim refused medical attention. It also appears that our conversation with Ms. Stewart, she advised our office that upon going to do an interview with the detective said that he didn't even need to talk to her because the husband was not pressing charges. I do not have any independent verification of that.
Well, the husband doesn't press charges. The prosecutor, the people bring charges.
I believe that a husband in this particular matter would be a necessary witness for the case.
That'd be up to the
consideration further that although she is capable of reporting, I'm not aware of how much she's able to post. I know by the dates, and the court may not be inclined to set a personal bond. Of course, it's the last for a personal bond. Set a personal bond in particular matter. Yes, for a nominal bond, Your Honor, maybe a 2,010% personal bond.
Thank you, counsel. Ms. Stewart, your attorney has advocated very well on your behalf, and the court takes into consideration the information he provided. You have ties to the community, no criminal convictions or capious history the court's aware of. This is a very serious assault of allegations, and the court has concerns regarding the safety of Mr. Stewart, and the court's reviewed and considered the information alleged in the investigator's report, which not only include allegations of assault with a saw which allegedly caused injuries, but also allegations and presence of threats on that individual's life, which is concerning to the court, and the court takes into consideration upon the position of bond. During this bond, Ms. Stewart, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. Do not go to the premises or area of 15103 Lasser Street, Detroit, Michigan. Is that understood?
Yes.
And no contact during this bond with Cedric Stewart. That means no contact of any kind. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person at their place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact with Cedric Stewart. Is that clear?
Yes.
And given the concerns the court has, given the presence of threats, you're to be fit with the GPS tether prior to release. Your bond on this matter is set in the amount $3,510%. That's $350, Ms. Stewart. Good luck, ma'am. Ms. Stewart, yes. Ms. Stewart, come back, please.
Oh, I thought it was over.
Do you have any issue with what the court just stated?
I don't have any issue. I just kind of agree with it.
I can see. And what don't you agree with?
The GPS. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes. Your counsel said he advised you to stay in mute.
Yeah, I'm advising you, ma'am, to not make any further statements at this time as you're being recorded. I don't want anything to be eventually used.
I just want to, okay, and that was your counsel speaking, so you don't have to answer. But my question is, what do you have an issue with? What order of the court do you have an issue with?
I don't have an issue with anything.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Stewart. Good luck, ma'am.
All right, let's start from so now, that was 3,000.
You said to the county. I don't know why you sound like you said county.
Come on, guys, sit down. Come on now, listen. Come on now. You called me up. I'm trying to sit down there right now. What's up, buddy?
Can I call somebody?
You gonna step in the flag box in the first class?
Good afternoon. Your name, please.
Larissa Brown.
Thank you, Miss Brown, and good afternoon, ma'am. Miss Brown, you're here for case 2006-2090, People State of Michigan versus Larissa Monet Brown, Brother Counsel.
Rod Brown, you have Mr. Larissa Brown, Ms. Brown has been advised to come to the floor.
Court waive formal reading and her plea of not guilty. We'll get to the court dates in a moment. As to the bond.
As the bond runner, Ms. Brown, she's 22 years old. She's a lifetime resident between the city of Detroit. In her 22 years, she's run a capital probation. She's not unable to post another she's up to 12th grade. She's not on any probation or parole at this time. Your Honor, I do understand that these are extremely serious allegations. I do also understand that there are no allegations against her. We're striving, no allegations against her. I believe that Ms. Brown was forthright with detectives when they were in the house. We're asking for the power to see this process outside of the yes, we're talking about that, She does not have posed any habeas history. She's not any habeas history that we're aware of, Your Honor. So, as serious as these allegations are, they are still not assaulted, although they are serious. I ask the court respectfully for a personal funds.
Thank you, Brother Counsel. And these are serious assaultive allegations. It's alleged that she was operating a vehicle without a valid legal right to do so, allegedly struck an individual who is suffering from a brain bleed with blood coming from the individual, allegedly laying face down in the street, and then Miss Brown allegedly fled the location and left the alleged victim laying in the street bleeding. And so the court does have concerns regarding the safety of the public. Miss Brown, it does not appear you have a valid driver's license. Is that true? Thank you, counsel. I appreciate that. And you don't need to answer that question. Miss Brown, during this bond, the court considers a number of things. You have ties to the community that your counsel, as always, has advocated well on your behalf. The court's unaware of any criminal convictions or capious history. Very serious allegation. The court considers the information alleged in the investigator's report, as well as the current epidemic facing the nation and employment status, as counsel stated, as relates to ability to post bond. Ms. Brown, the court's scheduling 2 court dates, ma'am. You must attend them both. A probable cause conference December the 2nd, which is Wednesday. You have a right to a preliminary examination the following Wednesday, December the 9th. Both 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge King. Both of those will take place via Zoom, which is an off-site streaming technology. Before you're released or able to make bond, you'll get information on how to connect for those Zoom hearings, but it's your responsibility to connect on time. Do you understand?
Yes.
And during this bond, there's to be absolutely no driving. Is that understood?
Yes.
And there's to be absolutely no contact with the alleged victim, Antoinette Collins. And that means no contact of any kind. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person, at her place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact with Antoinette Collins. Is that clear? And based on the information alleged in the investigator's report about you failing to remain at the scene, the information placed on the record prior to being released or making bond, you're to be fit with a GPS tether. Given the information placed on the record, bond on this matter set in the amount. Yes, the court always considers a nominal bond. For the lack of capious history and the information provided by counsel, bond on this matter will be set in the amount of $5,010%. Welcome. Good luck, Miss Brown. There's to be no driving, and make sure you make your court date. That bond is $500, $5,010%. Good luck, ma'am. You're welcome. Two more. Good afternoon. Your name, please.
Shipping Hamilton.
Wait, stand by. Who is that? Oh, is Hamilton?
Yes.
Thank you. Ms. Hamilton, you're here for case 1-805-8891, People State of Michigan versus Shaquita Hamilton. Brother Counsel.
Right around the answer, Shaquita Hamilton, Ms. Hamilton has been advised of the constitutional rights.
Court will waive formal reading and her plea of not guilty. We'll get to the court dates in a moment as to bond.
That's fine, Your Honor. Ms. Hamilton is a 27-year-old lifetime resident here in the city of Detroit. She has no criminal history nor case history that we're aware of. She came from the appointed general voters. She's not on a consideration of the law. Your Honor, it doesn't appear that this is an alleged incident dating from over 2 years ago, over 2.5 years ago. And on behalf of Ms. Hamilton, Your Honor, I do understand that look at categorical approach of how the statute can be broken down. But after a glance at the investigative conviction that Ms. Brown was allegedly stopped for was stopped because she Ms. Hamilton was stopped because she was believed to have been committing following this concept of city counsel will be committing trial motions. Look at it on the record. That's this court respectfully for a personal bond.
Thank you.
The community or lack of criminal history.
Thank you. This is a very serious allegation, and it is an assaultive allegation, Ms. Hamilton. The allegation is that you allegedly drove off with an officer still hand inside the vehicle and drove off with the officer hanging outside of your vehicle while he was still inside the vehicle. And that's extremely concerning to the court. That's an allegation, but it's a very serious, concerning allegation. Ms. Hamilton, the court is going to schedule 2 court dates. You must attend them both. A probable cause conference December the 2nd. You have a right to a preliminary examination December the 9th, both taking place via Zoom at 8:30 36th District Court in front of Judge Jones. As stated, they'll both take place via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect, but it's your responsibility to connect on time. Do you understand?
Yes.
Ms. Hamilton, your attorney has advocated well on your behalf. As always, the court takes into consideration the information he provided, employment status as it relates to the ability to post bond. The court considers, as well as the current epidemic facing the nation and the nature of these charges, as well as the allegations set forth in the investigator's report. During this bond, Ms. Hamilton, you're not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon, and there's absolutely no driving. Is that understood?
Yes.
Given the information placed on the record, lack of criminal convictions or capious history, as well as the information provided by counsel, and the information alleged in the investigator's report, which is concerning information, bond will be set 3,510%. Good luck, Ms. Hamilton. 3,500. And no driving. You're welcome. No driving and no weapons. Good afternoon, ma'am. Your name? Thank you, Ms. Walker. Ms. Walker, you're here before the court on case number 20061-928, People State of Michigan versus Nikhil Latrice Walker. Counsel.
Ryan Morano, on behalf of Ms. Nikhil Walker, wait formal reading. Ms. Walker is an advisor for constitutional rights.
Thank you, sir. Court waive formal reading and her plea of not guilty. We'll get to the court dates in a moment as to bond.
As to my Honor, Ms. Walker is 46 years old. She's a lifetime resident here in the city of Detroit. Absolutely no possibility of convictions that we're aware of. She has been chosen a Your Honor, she's a state psych nurse as well. Her bachelor's degree. Our office does read thousands and hundreds of investigators reported. This one said something that really stuck out to me. It said evidence with colons and none. Your Honor, I'm not.
What it says? What?
It says evidence with colon. This is none. But Your Honor, what that tells me is that this is a he said, she said type of story. The report did not mention any alleged. Now, I understand the allegations on the face are extremely serious. That's important to consider the fact that this is a store, that's store, that's like, that's why it's true or not true, it's kind of a fact, but in this case, Your Honor, the most important is that the matter will not be residing at the East Grand Boulevard address in a whole other address, it's going to say that. Your Honor, with respect to the community, the fact that she's a mother of two and has no people, we respectfully plead to this court, please support for a personal bond so we can get Ms. Walker to hold her family accountable.
Thank you, counsel. Ms. Walker, the court is going to schedule a probable cause conference. You must attend December 22nd, which is Tuesday. Is that a fist bump? At the 36th District Court, 8:30 a.m. in front of Judge Jones. Ms. Walker, that hearing will take place via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect before you're released, but it's your responsibility to connect on time. Do you understand?
Yes.
These are very serious allegations, Ms. Walker. Your attorney has always advocated well on your behalf. You have ties to the community. The court's unaware of any criminal convictions or capious history in the past. The court does have concerns regarding the information alleged in the investigator's report. It's alleged that you allegedly attempted to hit an individual with your vehicle by an individual was avoided. And then the very concerning is it's alleged that you made a second attempt to hit the alleged victim and then fled the location. That second attempt and that fleeing the location are very concerning to the court. These are just allegations, but they're concerning allegations. And during this bond, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. There's to be absolutely no driving. And you are not to have any contact with Troy Walker during this bond. That's no contact of any kind. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person at his place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact with Troy Walker. Is that understood?
Yes.
And so do not go to the area or premises of his residency at 305 East Grand Boulevard, Detroit, Michigan. And again, absolutely no driving. And given the information placed on the record.
Ms. Walker, please listen to the court as it's going to finish your conditions of your bond. Please do not say anything at this time.
That was your attorney speaking, ma'am. He's advising you not to talk, but you can say anything you'd like if you'd like to.
I don't know where East Grand Boulevard is. He doesn't live on East Grand Boulevard. I have no idea what is going on with this right now.
I apologize, Ms. Walker. What was that, ma'am? I apologize. Could you slow down and speak up?
He doesn't live at East Grand Boulevard. I don't know where East Grand Boulevard is even
Okay, and he does not live at the East Grand Boulevard?
No.
Is that okay? So, Ms. Walker, the court is striking that condition of not going to that location. But to be clear, you're not to have any contact with Mr. Walker wherever he resides, okay? And so no contact means no contact at all, orally through a third person. But the court's striking that condition of the no contact with the East Grand Boulevard location. But for if Mr. Walker resides there or is at that location, you are not to go to the location. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. And as stated, you're to be fit with the GPS tether and no driving. Your bond and absolutely no contact with Troy Walker and no weapons. Your bond is set.
I'm being a GPS tether.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, I'm going to address that. At this point, I'm begging you, please not make it worse. I'm going to address that with the magistrate. I'm your lawyer here. I just don't want you to say anything because it's going to be used against you. Please let me do my job.
And you're going to be released on a 10,000.
I'm a registered nurse. I can't work with a tether, sir. I don't have
Miss Walker, I'll tell you the reason for the tether. Oh, no, I understand. This is Miss Walker. Let me explain to you the reason.
I'm listening.
The reasons for the tether. You're charged with 2 assaultive allegations. One of them is a felony. The allegation set forth is that you allegedly drove at a victim with your vehicle, attempting to hit him with the vehicle. The victim was alleged to avoid the altercation. Then you allegedly, very concerning to the court, made a second attempt to hit the victim and then fled the location in an unknown direction. So you allegedly attempted to hit this victim with your vehicle on 2 occasions and allegedly fled the location in another direction. And that's why the court's fitting you with the GPS tether, to ensure that you come to court and to monitor your monitor the lack of contact with Mr. Troy Walker, and the court has concern regarding his safety. Go ahead.
I understand, sir. Can I explain? I am a registered nurse. I have 2 children to take care of. I am scheduled to be at work tomorrow. I have just been served with divorce papers from Mr. Walker. A tether does not allow me to work.
Yes, it does. You can go to work. You can go to work. How does a tether not allow you to work, Miss Walker? How allow you to go to work?
A tether is reported to Laura. It is reported to the Michigan State of Licensing. That is a violation of a nursing license. I do not get to be allowed to work on a tether in a psychiatric facility. A tether means I cannot work, I lose my children, I lose my home, and I could possibly lose my career. This is a man who has a vendetta against me because I don't want to work.
Stop talking. Everything you're saying is only going to be used against you. Please let me do my job. Please stop talking.
They'll get a hold of you. That's how they take it. They'll contact you. They'll get your phone number. They'll contact
Thank you. Okay, Ms. Walker, I have a couple of questions. These are just allegations. And why would you have to report this to, this isn't an allegation. Why would you have to report a tether to your licensing agency? It's simply an allegation at this point. It's not a conviction. So why would you have to report that?
Because.
And how do you know that you have to report that? Have you had a tether before?
No, but any interactions with any authorities has to be reported. It is mandatory reporting. Same
So
thing
you're
if
going
you
to
did
have to report, so you have to report this?
Yes, I have to report this. Yes.
So then what's the
I do.
difference in reporting this and reporting it with a tether? What's the difference?
Because
How would you lose your job?
I work in a psychiatric facility. They
I
are not
understand
going to, my job is not going to allow me to come in with a tether.
Why?
But
they'll allow you to come in with assaultive allegations.
Why would they don't have to let me come in with assaultive allegations, but coming in with a tether? Working with a psychiatrist? Okay, I'm gonna be quiet.
So, Ms. Walker, you're just guessing then. You're just guessing that they're not going to let you come to work. There's no rule that's going to make them fire you for wearing a tether. Is that true?
I am, based on the facility that I work at, yeah, I'm fairly sure that if I come to work with a tether, I'm not gonna.
You don't know. You're just assuming though, correct? You're just assuming, correct?
Please stop talking, Ms. Walker. Your Honor, can I make a brief argument as to the tether?
Sure.
I understand that the court was inclined to my client a personal bond, and it did depart significantly below any bonds that usually set to these matters. So I'm pleading with the court to just hear me out. I understand that Ms. Walker has no criminal history and no case history. I understand that the court just struck off the no contact with that address unless that person was there. Therefore, Your Honor, I understand that the tether usually goes to flight or to danger to the community.
Which both appears to have happened here. Both.
With respect to danger to the community, I understand that the court already struck the requirement of that no contact with that address. So that tells me, Your Honor, the court is concerned with no contact with the complaining witness, who of course has given no way of monitoring, Your Honor. So a tether on Ms. Walker is not a guarantee of keeping away from any alleged complaining witness.
Well, there's no guarantee. The only guarantee would be keep your client in custody and hold her for that's what you're asking the court to do.
I'm saying that it would not be relevant because it is.
Oh, it's very relevant, counsel. The court's seen on a number of occasions where they've been in an area in violation of the tether, and the tether unit has reviewed the tether. And there certainly is. He resides somewhere, doesn't he?
Yes, but you struck the so there's no area that the tether unit is going to have.
Anywhere Mr. Troy Walker resides. He has a residency.
The court and the tether unit does not have a...
Are you assuming now, or do you know this for sure? Well, she's going to be fit with the tether. And then there's a victim on the case with a no contact. So you're telling me that there's no way that the tether unit could find out who the alleged victim is, and there's no way that they would monitor his home residency.
I'm unaware of this.
Exactly. So that you're just making assumptions.
With respect to white race and endangered communities, again, she has no prior criminal history. I'm asking respectfully, also the fact that she does have children, that she's never been charged, that she's never been convicted of any allegation, of anything at all that we're aware of. The court would consider removing that requirement at this time. Just to give Ms. Walker a home, I know she's been in a situation before, Your Honor. Again, these allegations, although they were serious, there was no alleged injury, there was no medical attention that I read in that report. I'd ask the court to keep that in consideration, which I know it always does. But we respectfully ask the court to consider at this time maybe a high personal bond, Your Honor, without a tether. That way, if she violates any alleged no contact order, she would be recalled without the ability to postpone. The court would set me $100,000 personal.
Thank you, counsel. I appreciate the arguments. And the court has taken into consideration a number of things. The court's the statements made by Ms. Walker, the court feels are just assumptions. She doesn't know what her employer is going to do. And the statements made by yourself, counsel, regarding the nature of the tether, I don't believe are accurate either. But given what the court does consider are information and things that you have touched on and brought to the court's attention, including but not limited to the lack of criminal convictions and the lack of capious history. And that's something the court takes into consideration. These are serious felonious allegations. There's no injuries. The court takes them into consideration, as well as the information alleged in the investigator's report. Ms. Walker, to be clear, pay attention, ma'am. Ms. Walker, you listening to the court. There's absolutely no contact with Troy Walker. Is that understood? I need you to speak up.
Yes.
And you understand what no contact with Troy Walker means?
Yes.
And the court will strike the condition of the GPS tether, but for the reasons the court placed on the record, not for the assumptions given by Ms. Walker and brother counsel. And there's to be no driving and no weapons. Bond on this matter will be set $18,000 personal bond.
So is
Ms. Walker? Ms. Walker, to be clear, pay attention to the court, ma'am. If you violate this order in any way, that you're likely to get locked up. And if you see the court again, if you see me, I can all but tell you a personal bond is not going to be in consideration if you violate this court's order. Is that understood? You're likely to get locked back up for violating any court's orders. So to be clear, no contact with Troy Walker and absolutely no driving. Is that understood?
Yes.
Do you have any issue with those conditions?
No.
The court date one more time, please.
December the 22nd, Tuesday, 8:30, 36th District Court in front of Judge Jones via Zoom. Listen to the court, Ms. Walker. Good luck. Any males or females at 48 hours that can't wait till tomorrow?
No, sir.
Thank you for all your help. Have a nice holiday. Be safe, sir.
Thanks. You guys do the same.